Hi friends, my name is Hemant Jadhav, HOD ENTC, ICM Engineering College, Aurangabad. In this video, we will discuss the second chapter, voltage conversion or voltage regulation. Okay, already we have covered this chapter during the Zoom cloud meetings. So this will be the another chance to clear your concepts regarding voltage conversion. So in this chapter, we will discuss how the AC 230 volt is converted into pure DC, how is the block diagram of DC regulated power supply, what are different circuitry used in that block diagram, like what is a rectifier, what is a filter, what is regulator, what are its types, etc., etc. We will discuss in detail. Okay, so let us start with the contents of second chapter. It starts from what is a rectifier and it ends with the regulator with fixed and variable voltage regulators. So let us see what is voltage regulation. What do you mean by voltage regulation? Okay, as you can see, this is the block of DC regulated power supply in which the AC input voltage is applied from one side and you are getting the DC pure and constant DC output voltage on the another side. Okay, so you can define it as the circuit which converts the AC input voltage into pure constant DC output voltage. The circuit which converts AC input voltage into pure constant DC output voltage, that is called as a DC regulated power supply. Okay, you can take an example of mobile phone charger, laptop charger, etc. So which these are the devices which are working on DC power supply. Many electronic devices working on DC regulated power supply, we cannot connect directly to 230 volt, so we need to convert that 230 volt AC into small DC voltage which should be pure and constant DC. Okay, so DC regulated power supply is nothing but the electronic circuit which converts AC input voltage into pure and constant DC output voltage. Okay, now let us see the block diagram of DC regulated power supply. As you can see, there are four blocks: transformer, rectifier, filter and regulator. These are the four blocks. Transformer, its application is to convert higher AC to lower or again higher AC, depending on, there are two types of transformer: step down transformer and step up transformer. Okay, so output of transformer is always AC. It may be lower than input when it is step down transformer, or the output may be greater than the input when it is step up transformer. Second block is a rectifier, is a circuit which converts AC to pulsating DC. Okay, not pure DC, it is pulsating DC. Third is a filter, is a circuit which converts pulsating DC, that means output of rectifier, into pure DC. Okay, but our requirement is not only pure but it should be constant one also. So there is a fourth block, regulator circuit, which converts, it is an electronic circuit which converts the pure DC to constant DC, and finally we will get constant DC output voltage from AC input voltage, okay, across the load. So this is the block diagram of DC regulated power supply. Let us see the rectifier first block, or you can say second block of the power supply. First block is a transformer. There are two types: step up and step down. Step down means reducing the AC voltage and step up means increasing the AC output voltage across the secondary of transformer. Okay, now what is a rectifier? So as you can see here, the input voltage applied to rectifier is a sinusoidal waveform and you are getting the pulsating DC signal having the polarity, that means plus and minus. So you can see the output of rectifier is above ground or above zero. Only positive peaks are there, no negative peak. Okay, so how can we define a rectifier? A rectifier is a circuit, electronic circuit, which converts AC input voltage to DC, or you can say pulsating DC output voltage. Pulsating means it is not pure DC, because we know that the waveform of pure DC is just like a straight line. Okay, so it is not pure DC, it consists of repulse, or you can say AC contents. That's why it is like this, like AC is present in the DC. Okay, so there are basically two types of rectifiers. In some books it is also mentioned as three types. Okay, so half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier, and there are again subtypes of full wave rectifier: center tapped full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier. Okay, So as you can see here, in half wave rectifier only one diode is used. Input signal is the AC input signal. You can apply from AC source or you can apply from the transformer also. Okay, like this here it is applied through the transformer. In full wave center tap transformer, there are two diodes, D1 and D2. Two diodes are there and one transformer, and that secondary winding of that transformer is divided into two equal portions, two equal sections. That's why it is called as center tap transformer. Center tapping का मतलब है we are dividing the secondary winding into two equal portions like this. So there are three terminals and middle terminal is acting like a ground. Okay, so CT, where CT is written, there you can see where CT is written, that means the transformer is divided into two equal portions and that middle point is acting like a ground. Okay, in third diagram you can see there are four diodes forming a bridge like structure. So that's why they are called as bridge rectifier. Okay, that circuit is called as bridge rectifier. So let us see in detail the types of rectifiers. First one, half wave rectifier. As you can see, this is the circuit diagram of half wave rectifier. Both are the same diagrams and with the same waveforms. You can go for any one, this or this one. Okay, so this is the input signal applied, a sinusoidal waveform, and this is the output voltage. So now we will see the working. For positive half cycle of input signal, this terminal will be positive, this will be negative. So positive terminal of power supply is getting connected with anode of diode, which is connected here, and cathode will be connected to negative terminal. Therefore during positive half cycle of the input signal, as this terminal is positive and this will be negative, there will be a current flow through this load in this direction. So diode will be in on condition because it is in forward bias for this positive half cycle. Therefore we will get this positive half cycle across the load as it is. Okay, for positive half cycle क्या हो रहा है, पॉजिटिव हाफ साइकिल को डायोड विल बी इन ऑन कंडीशन. क्यों ऑन है? बिकॉज वी नो दैट डायोड विल बी फॉरवर्ड बायस व्हेन एनोड इज कनेक्टेड टू पॉजिटिव and cathode is connected to negative terminal of voltage source. So diode will be in on condition. Now we will consider for negative half cycle. So negative half cycle is this one. So what will happen for negative? Now this terminal will be negative, this will be positive. So you can see that the diodes, its anode is connected to negative terminal, anode terminal it is getting connected with negative, and cathode terminal it is getting connected with positive. That means diode is reverse bias. Reverse bias means it is in off condition. Off condition means there is no connection between input and output. No connection का मतलब है open, circuit is open. Circuit open है मतलब output नहीं मिलेगा. That's why for this negative half cycle you are not getting any output. Okay, again cycle is repeating. Positive half cycle, diode will be in on condition. For this next positive half cycle, diode will be on, you are getting this positive half cycle. So when we are applying a full cycle of AC input signal, you are getting only positive half cycles in the output, only half of the input. That's why this circuit is called as half wave rectifier. Okay, you can see both the diagrams are same. This is the input signal, this is output signal, and this is the desired DC output voltage, average output voltage. Okay, so you can go for any circuit, which one is same. It's if you find the simple one, you can go for it. Okay, so half wave rectifier is the circuit which rectifies only half of the input signal, half cycle of the input signal. And which is that half cycle? That half cycle is a positive half cycle. Okay, if we will reverse the diode direction, that means anode cathode, if we reverse like this, if you reverse like this, you will get the negative half cycles in the output like this only. Okay, that will be called as negative voltage regulation, rectification. Okay, so we want positive output voltage, that's why just we have to connect the diode like this. In the full wave rectifier, you can see there are two diodes, because what is the drawback of half wave rectifier? Only half cycle is rectified, so use two diodes and with the center tap transformer. So you can see here a center tapping means total output is of secondary transformer of secondary winding is divided into two equal portions. So third terminal is dividing that output voltage, and that is acting as a ground. So D1 D2 are the two diodes. There is a load as usual. This is input waveform and output waveform. Now you can see both the half cycles are there, both the half cycles, positive as well as negative, during you are getting the output. The negative half cycle is reversed to the positive, okay, because it is a rectifier which converts AC to DC, and DC signal is nothing but either above the ground or below the ground, okay. It is a positive DC when it is above the ground. So this is the same circuit diagram, you can refer anyone. So you can see the working. When the input signal sinusoidal waveform is applied, you are getting the output like this. For positive half cycle, again this will be positive terminal, this will be negative terminal. So which diode will be on out of these two diodes, D1 and D2? The diode D1, whose anode is connected to the positive terminal, whereas anode of D2 is connected to negative terminal. Here you can see anode is connected to negative terminal of D2, okay. So D2 will be in off condition and D1 will be in on condition. Therefore there will be current flow from this positive terminal through this diode D1, now again through this resistor and up to this ground like this, and D2 is in off condition, okay. So you are getting the positive half cycle across the load, that's why in the output positive half cycle appears. Similarly, during the negative half cycle of the input signal, now this will be negative terminal and this will be the positive terminal, okay. This one will be the positive terminal. So positive is connected to anode of D2 now, and negative is connected to anode of D1. Therefore this will be in off condition, D2 will be in on condition. So current direction will be from positive through this load and like this up to this ground, okay. So again you are getting this negative half cycle, but it will be reversed in the output, as it is a rectifier. Because of transformer there is a phase shift, and that's why we are getting reversed waveform, positive half cycle again in the output during the negative half cycle of the input, okay. So here you are getting the output for both the half cycles, for positive as well as negative. That's why it is called as a full wave rectifier. Next one is a bridge rectifier. You can say you can see there are four diodes D1, the names are D4 D5 D6, or you can give any nomenclature D1 D2 like this also. So D3 D4 D5 and D6 like this, okay. So here again the input signal is same, sine wave, and it is a full wave rectifier. Therefore you will get the waveform like this, same, okay, same as full wave rectifier. The only difference is that here the two diodes are conducting at a time, two diodes are conducting at a time. That means we will consider the positive half cycle. For this positive half cycle, this is positive terminal, this will be negative. Now here you can note that there is no center tap transformer, only transformer having two terminals, center tap is not there. So as this is the positive terminal, it is getting connected with the anode of D4, therefore this will be on, and it is connected to anode cathode of D3, therefore this will be in off condition. So current will flow through D4 like this. Now D5, whose cathode is getting connected with positive, therefore this is also off. So current will flow through this load like this in this direction through diode D6 and up to this negative terminal, okay. This will be the current flow, okay. I will repeatedly show the current flow. As this positive terminal and this is the negative terminal, positive is getting connected with the anode of D4 and anode of D6 only, whereas the positive is getting connected with cathode of D3 and D5, therefore these two are in off condition. So current direction will be like this, through D4, then load, and then D6, because the two diodes D3 and D5, these are in reverse bias condition, that means open, okay. Therefore for the positive half cycle you are getting the output as a positive half cycle because D4 and D6 are in on condition. Similarly, for negative half cycle, again we will consider the negative half cycle. Now this terminal is negative, this becomes positive, therefore the current direction will be now from positive. Now positive is getting connected to D5 through this load like this. So now D5 is on, D5 is on, and D6 and D4 are now off. So current will continue to flow like this, okay, through D5 and D6, sorry, D3 and D5. These three will be in on condition during the negative half cycle. So for negative half cycle also you are getting the positive in the output as a, it is a full wave rectifier. Okay, so this we can discuss like this also. For positive half cycle, the two diodes are in on condition, so this will be positive terminal, current flow is like this. Okay, D4 and D6 are in on condition. Similarly, for negative half cycle condition, so this is the sinusoidal waveform. The upper waveform is for positive half cycle and lower one is for negative half cycle. Okay, so what will happen now, this will be positive terminal and this will be negative terminal. So current direction you can see through this D5 through the load D3 and to the negative like this. So these are the two conditions for positive half cycle and for negative half cycle, so that you will get both the half cycles in the output. Both the circuits are same. डायोड को नाम आप D1 D2 D3 D4 या फिर D3 D4 D5 D6 कुछ भी दे सकते हैं. So for positive half cycle also you are getting the output as across the load as positive, and for negative half cycle also you are getting the half cycle, positive half cycle in the output. So during both the half cycles you are getting the output, that's why it is called as a full wave, and the structure is like a bridge, therefore full wave bridge rectifier. Okay, if you compare the efficiency of these three types, in half wave rectifier only one diode is used, in full wave rectifier two diodes are there, in full wave bridge rectifier four diodes are there. So task is same, but in full wave rectifier four diodes are used, that means two diodes are conducting at a time, that's why efficiency is more in case of full wave bridge rectifier. Okay, so higher efficiency for full wave bridge rectifier. Second difference is that in half wave only one diode is there, in full wave two diodes are there, in bridge rectifier four diodes are there. Less efficiency of half wave rectifier, more efficiency up to 80% of full wave rectifier, and highest efficiency of bridge rectifier. Okay, if you consider the cost will be little bit more of full wave rectifier using two diodes because there is a center tap transformer. Center tap, finding the center of the secondary winding and converting that into center tap transformer, its cost is very high. That's why because of high cost of center tap transformer uh, is high, that's why the rectifier using two diodes, full wave rectifier using two diodes, the cost is high. Cost is moderate in case of full wave bridge rectifier. Okay, so bridge rectifier is advantageous to use because of its high efficiency and low cost. So in good type of circuits, in good type of devices where there is a warranty and guarantee of power supplies, the full wave rectifier is preferred. Okay, so this is what about three types of rectifiers: half wave, full wave, bridge rectifier. Rectifier is the circuit which converts AC signal, which converts AC to pulsating DC. You can see it is a pulsating DC, not pure DC now. So we want pure DC. So what should be the next circuit which will purify this waveform is the filter. So filter, now you can see here input is the output of rectifier which is applied as input to the filter circuit, and you are getting the output like this, which is more pure as compared to the output of rectifier. So the electronic circuit which converts pulsating DC input voltage, that means output of rectifier, to pure DC, that is ripple free DC output voltage, that is called as a filter. Okay, ripple free, what do you mean by ripple? Ripples are nothing but AC contents present in the DC. AC contents present in the पल्सेटिंग डीसी, दैट मीन्स आउटपुट ऑफ रेक्टिफायर. रेक्टिफायर के आउटपुट में जो वेरिएशंस है लाइक एसी, like you can see these variations, these are called as ripples. So we don't want these AC components present in the DC, so removal of these ripples is nothing but purification by using filters. So what are the types of filters? There are four types: capacitor filter, inductor filter, LC filter, and pi filter. Okay, capacitor filter, you can see what will be the input to this filter. Input will be the output of rectifier, half wave or full wave, किसी का भी आउटपुट दे सकते हैं. And output will be pure DC. It note that it is not constant DC, it is a pure DC. Pure is like this. Okay, it is not a straight line. Okay, so capacitor filter, then inductor filter, only one inductor is used. Capacitor is connected in parallel with the load, and inductor is connected here, you can see, in series with the load. Okay, combination of L and C means double filtration, and CLC means triple filtration, you can see. So it forms the pi like structure, that's why pi filter. Capacitor filter, inductor filter, LC filter, and pi filter are the four types of filters. So how this capacitor filter works? So this is the output of rectifier and filter, which is combinedly shown here. The dotted lines, the waveform with the dotted lines, it is the output of rectifier, means this is the input signal applied to the filter. This is the output of rectifier, and output of filter will be like this. There will be charging of capacitor. You know the basic property of capacitor, it will, whenever voltage is applied, it will charge to its peak value, and that highest value will be stored in that capacitor, charging of the capacitor. And if input voltage reduces, again there will be discharging of capacitor. Okay, also another property, it allows AC and blocks DC. So whatever may be the AC components present in the this pulsating DC, that will be given to the ground, and the required DC is available at the output. Okay, capacitor AC को pass करता है, so AC, for AC capacitor will act as a closed circuit, and those components will be given to the ground, and DC will be available at the output. Okay, so if this is the input signal given, capacitor will start charging to its peak value, then as input reduces, it will discharge, and charging and discharging will continue, so that you will get such type of waveform. Okay, here same waveform is shown. The capacitor will charge to its maximum value, then discharge, then again input is increasing, so charging. If input is reducing, then discharging, like this. So this type of waveform you will get at the output, which is comparatively pure, as the output of rectifier is having more pulsating DC, more ripples. The output of capacitor filter having less ripples. Okay, now let us see the second type. Before that, the ripples are nothing but the contents, as I told you, AC components present in the DC. So these variations depends on what type of rectifier you are using. If it is a full wave rectifier, there are less ripples. Also the ripple content depends on the uh, value of the capacitor in microfarad. Okay, so here you can see there are more ripples in half wave rectifier, whereas there are less ripples in full wave rectifier. Okay, that slope depends on the gap of the waveform. In full wave rectifier, both the half cycles are present. In half wave rectifier, only positive half cycles are present and negative half cycle is absent, so ripples are more. Now next one is the inductor filter. As you can see, the inductor is used in series with the load. So again same input signal you can apply to the filter, and you will get the output like this. So with less ripples, positive waveform which is above the ground. So here this is the input signal applied to the filter, which is shown in green line, or you can say it is shown with the blue line. And now I will show the waveform of the filter which is in the red color. Okay, here it is shown. That waveform is a with filter, and blue colored it is a without filter. That means we have used the basic property of inductor here. Inductance is the property which opposes change in current. This is the basic property of inductor. So this change is opposed by the inductor. Also we know that inductor allows DC. It acts as exactly opposite of that capacitor. It allows DC and block AC. Okay, so we want DC at the output, so actually it converts that AC to DC. Okay, so this is a inductor filter. Next one is a LC filter and pi filter. Whenever LC filter is there, you can choose this combination, or you can choose this another combination also, one capacitor and one inductor. So this will act as a double filtration type of filter. Capacitor will allow all AC components to the ground, and inductor will allow only DC components at the output. That's why inductor is connected in series whereas capacitor is connected in parallel. And when it is CLC configuration, so it forms a pi like structure, mathematics pi like structure. That's why you can call it as a pi filter also, CLC filter also and pi filter also. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram to which we can apply the rectified output, and you are getting the filtered output like this. Here it is shown. Okay, the blue lines indicate less ripple contents and red line indicates more ripple contents. This ripple content depends on the value of rectifier, the value of capacitor and inductors used. Okay, also depends on half wave or full wave rectifier. So this is a LC filter and pi filter. Now let us see the last block of power supply, voltage regulator. Now our requirement is pure and constant DC. Till the filter we have got pure DC. Initially we were having 230 volt. We have stepped down it by using a transformer into lower AC. Our requirement is DC, therefore we have used rectifier circuit which converts AC to DC, but we got pulsating DC. Now our was requirement was pure DC, therefore we have used filter which converts that impure or pulsating DC to pure DC. And our final requirement is a constant DC, therefore the next circuit is a voltage regulator, which is the circuit which gives pure and constant DC output voltage. There are two types of regulators: regulator using based on discrete components, that means using Zener diode and using transistor, and second IC regulator having again two types based on fixed IC regulator circuits 78 and 79XX, and variable IC regulator circuit based on 317 LM317. These are the IC number. IC stands for integrated circuit. Okay, so let us see the Zener diode based voltage regulator. What is a Zener diode? So as we know that a PN junction diode works in forward bias mode only. There was a scientist whose name was C. Zener, American scientist, who has invented a diode which can work in reverse bias condition also. So it is a bidirectional diode. What he has done, the basic PN junction is as it is, same as a PN junction diode, but with the different doping concentration and different doping material used. You know, the doping is the process of addition of impurity is called as doping. Okay, doping is the process of addition of impurity. So the construction is same. Zener diode has P type material, N type material. There is a PN junction, depletion layer will be there, anode and cathode will be the two terminals. But you can say, what is the difference? The difference is that the Zener diode is a two terminal unijunction but bidirectional. It is a bidirectional device because it can work in reverse bias mode also. Okay, so that's why it is used as a voltage regulator. Okay, it works in reverse bias mode. When connected in forward bias mode, it can act as like a ordinary PN junction diode, but it should be connected in reverse bias to work as a regulator. Okay, what is the difference in symbol? The symbol, you can see there is a letter Z in the symbol. Rest of the symbol is same. Like this is the symbol of PN junction diode. What is the modification? Only the letter Z like is included here. Anode and cathode are same. Okay. So how this Zener diode works as a voltage regulator? So basically a Zener diode is a special purpose diode which works in reverse bias mode and whose application is as a voltage regulator. Okay. So for 2 marks it can be asked in the exam, which is invented by the scientist C. Zener, American scientist. So as you can see here, this Zener diode is connected in reverse bias mode. Vz is the voltage across Zener diode. Anode is connected to negative and cathode is connected to positive through the source resistance Rs. That's why you can say it is connected in reverse bias mode. Okay. पॉजिटिव को कैथोड कनेक्ट किया है और निगेटिव को एनोड कनेक्ट किया है, मतलब रिवर्स बाइसिंग है. सो you can see Rs through which Is is the current flowing, and you can measure the Is by using this milliammeter. Is is the current flowing through Zener diode. You can measure using this current meter. IL is the load current flowing through RL, whose current can be measured by using this current meter. So there are 3 current meters to measure 3 types of current: source current Is, Zener current Iz, and load current IL. 3 current meters. Okay. 2 resistors are there: Rs source resistance, RL load resistance. One Zener diode is there across which Vz is the voltage, and there is a voltage source V in. Okay. So output voltage will be available at the across the load, which is nothing but equal to Vz. Vo is equal to Vz. Okay. Now if you apply KCL at this point, how this circuit works, let us discuss. Apply KCL at this point, which is marked here as a red mark. So summation of incoming currents is equal to summation of outgoing currents. So you will get this equation: Is is equal to Iz plus IL. Is is the incoming current and Iz and IL are outgoing currents from the node. So you can modify this: IL is equal to Is minus Iz. Okay. So we are discussing how this circuit is acting as a voltage regulator. Voltage regulator means output VO should be constant. VO, which is equal to Vz, should be equal to constant. So this will be constant irrespective of changes in the input signal. Means इनपुट करंट भी अगर चेंज होता है तो भी ये आउटपुट वोल्टेज कांस्टेंट रहना चाहिए. इनपुट वोल्टेज अगर चेंज हो गया तो इनपुट करंट चेंज होगा, बट the load current should not change, so that output voltage will remain constant. Okay. So our task is to keep this IL constant, load current constant. Is अगर चेंज होता है डिपेंडिंग ऑन V in, तो भी हमको IL कांस्टेंट रखना है, लोड करंट कांस्टेंट रखना है. क्यों? फॉर गेटिंग आउटपुट वोल्टेज और जेनर वोल्टेज एज कांस्टेंट. ओके. because we want to design a regulator circuit. What is the output of regulator? It should be constant. Okay. So we have applied, we have connected the Zener diode in reverse bias and we have got this equation. Now suppose IL is initially 5 milliampere. Okay. If IL is, suppose initially it is 5 milliampere, here you can see. So IL is 5 milliampere, so Is minus Iz, that means 10 milliampere or minus 5 milliampere. This is one example. So that IL is 5 milliampere. Now we want to keep this IL as constant. So when Is increases from 10 to 12 milliampere, that means Is is increasing. So Iz should decrease or should increase with the same amount to keep the IL constant as 5 milliampere. So that 12 minus 7 will be again equal to 5 milliampere. Okay. So as V in increases, okay, as V in, if this V in will increase, Is will also increase, but our task is to keep IL constant. Therefore Zener diode adjusts itself such that Iz will also increase. This Iz will also increase. Similarly, when Is will reduce, upon reducing the V in, Iz will also reduce. keeping the IL constant. So maintaining IL constant, IL is the output current or load current which is flowing through the load, so that VO, which is nothing but equal to Vz, so that will also be constant. So output voltage will be constant irrespective of changes in the input signal, because Iz is variable. If Is increases, Iz also increases. If Is reduces, Iz also reduces, maintaining the load current constant. That's why this diode is acting as a constant voltage regulator. Okay, that means Zener diode as a voltage regulator. Now three terminal fixed and variable voltage regulators. So here you can see there are three ICs. IC stands for integrated circuits. This one is the 78XX series, 79XX series, and LM317 series. These two are three terminal fixed voltage regulator ICs. You can see there are three terminals, 1, 2, 3. In first one, pin number 1 input, 2 ground, and 3 output. In the second one, little bit pin numbers are different. 1 is ground now, 2 is input, and 3 output. Okay. Similarly, this is again 3 terminal voltage regulator IC, but it is a variable. Output is variable. Variable means, suppose from 2 volt to 10 volt will be variable output voltage. Here the output will be fixed. For 7-8 series, the output will be positive. 7-8 का meaning है positive and 7-9 का meaning है negative, and last two digits will indicate the output voltage. For example, if the number is 7812, so 78 stands for positive and 12 stands for output voltage plus 12 volt. If the number is 7912, 79 का मतलब है negative and last two digits 12 means 12 volt, so it will be minus 12 volt. So let us see one by one. DC regulated power supply using IC78XX, for example 7805 in the place of XX. So what is the input voltage applied? Output from the filter. So you know the output of filter is like this, which is a pure DC but not constant. Along with 7805, there are two additional capacitors connected here. One is 0.22 microfarad and here it is 0.11 microfarad. These two are used as an additional filters which will improve the transient response of the regulator, which will improve the performance of regulator. Okay, so in addition to whenever you are using the filters in the circuit, in addition to that filter, these two capacitor will be additional in the circuit. Okay, to improve the performance of this IC. So here you can see pin number 1 is input given to the input, pin number 2 is connected to ground, and 3 is output. Okay, here the number is 7805, meaning of 78 is positive and 05 will be the output voltage. Various options are available in the market. If the number is 7803, output will be 3 volt, plus 3 volt, plus 5 volt, plus 9 up to plus 30. The options are available in the market. Okay, these are the options as per the requirements from the market. The IC manufacturing companies are providing these options depending on the market requirement. Okay, so from 7803 to 7830 the options are available. Here you can see the complete circuit diagram used to generate the 5 volt DC output voltage. So what will be the input? Input will be AC 230 volt. As you can see here, that AC 230 volt is applied to the step down transformer. Our requirement is to generate the 5 volt power supply. Therefore step down transformer is used, whose output is 6 volt. So again at the output of secondary of transformer you will get AC 6 volt, small AC. There is fuse as usual as a protection circuit. After rectifier, the next block is after a transformer, the next block is a rectifier. Okay, bridge rectifier. So whatever rectifier you can use, half wave, full wave, bridge rectifier. Here it is bridge rectifier. Then filter circuit, a capacitor filter is there, and along with 7805, these two are the additional capacitors used, C2 and C3. Pin number 1 input, 2 ground, and 3 output, and this is the load across which you are getting 5 volt constant DC output voltage. So from this AC input voltage you will get a constant DC output voltage across the load. This is the complete circuit diagram of 7805. Okay, so amplitude of this voltage will be plus 5 volt above the ground, right? This is the positive 5 volt output. If it is 7812, then what will be the value of transformer? It will be 12 volt, step down transformer, 230 to 12 volt, and IC will be 7812, and you will get, instead of plus 5 volt, you will get plus 12 volt output. Rest of the component values will be same as it is. Okay, so this is what positive fixed output voltage regulator, 3 terminal output voltage regulator. Now let us see negative DC regulator power supply using IC 79XX. So as I told you, 79 का मतलब है negative. So if you see 7903, output is -3. So various options are available as per the market requirement. IC manufacturers are providing various options like 7903 to 7930, generating -30 output. So this circuit diagram is same again, but you can see the pin numbers difference here. Now pin number 2 is input, 1 is ground, and 3 is output. Okay, so rest of the circuit is same. AC 230 volt is applied as input, transformer is there. So we want to generate 5 volt, minus 5 volt, therefore 7905 we have selected IC here. Now we are generating the negative voltage, therefore we have to apply negative Vin, minus Vin, right? So that's why you can say the negative terminal is connected to pin number 2, which is the input pin of this IC. In previous circuit, the positive terminal was connected as an input because positive Vin was applied as an input. Here negative Vin is applied. Then this is the filter capacitor, and this is the circuit of 79XX with two capacitors, C2 and C3, input and output capacitors, and you will get minus 5 volt at the output. Okay, so let us compare these two circuits. This above circuit 7805 will generate plus 5 volt DC, 7905 will generate minus 5 volt DC across the load. Okay, transformer is there, here also transformer is there, step down transformer, 6 volt 6 volt. Next change is that here negative terminal is connected to pin number 2, that is input pin of the IC. Here positive terminal is connected to pin number 1, input pin of IC. So input pin number is 1 in case of 7805, and input pin is 2 in case of 7905, to which negative input is applied. Okay, so rectifier is as usual there, filter is there in both the circuits. These two capacitors C2 and C3 along with the IC having same value. There are two capacitors which improves the performance, which reduces the ripples again, and finally you will get positive output here and you will get negative output here. Okay, in both the cases the input is same, AC to 30 volt. Okay, but with the circuit arrangement we can get positive output voltage or we can get negative output voltage depending on the IC used, 78 or 79 series. If you want to generate plus 12 volt output and minus 12 volt output, so what will be the change? Here you have to replace this transformer as 12 volt, step down transformer 12 volt, and you have to replace this IC as 7812 only, and here 7912, so that here you will get plus 12 volt and here you will get minus 12 volt. Okay, that will be the change only. Hope you have understood the positive and negative fixed voltage regulator. The output is fixed. Now we want to generate the variable output. So this is the IC which is used as a variable voltage regulator IC. IC stands for integrated circuit. So again there are three terminals, one adjust, pin number 1 is called as adjust pin, pin number 2 output, and 3 input. Okay, 3 input, 1 is called as adjust. Why adjust? Because we want adjustable output. So this terminal is connected to a voltage divider formed by R1 and R2. So I have forgotten that this R2 should be variable. R2 is a variable resistor, and by varying the value of R2 you can get variable output voltage at the output terminals. Okay, that's why this pin number 1 through which adjustable current of very small current of near about 100 microampere flows, and it which is connected to the reference voltage generated by R1 and R2. That's why it is called as adjustable pin. So pin number 3 is input, 1 is adjust, and 2 is output pin. Okay, now how will be the circuit diagram? You can see here. Rest of the circuit is same. Transformer will be there, rectifier, fuse will be there, filter capacitor will be there. Along with this LM317, these two capacitors will also be there, C2 and C3, with the same values, but this is the additional arrangement. R1 is fixed value and R2 is variable resistor. So by varying this R2, you can vary the output voltage across the load, and that will be variable for this IC from 1.2 volt to up to 30 volt. You can get the variable output voltage for IC LM317. ये IC यूज़ करके आप 1.2 volts मिनिमम 1.2 वोल्ट से लेके 30 वोल्ट तक पॉजिटिव DC वोल्टेज यू कैन गेट, ओके, यूजिंग LM317. बाकी सर्किट सेम ही है, सिर्फ क्या अरेंजमेंट किया है, ये वेरिएबल रजिस्टर R1 एंड R2 ये नेटवर्क ऐड किया है, उसमें R2 वेरिएबल रखा है. सो बाय वेरिंग दैट R2, just your if you increase the volume of any for example TV, you are increasing the volume by using that pot, so you can increase the voltage by using this potentiometer or variable resistor. You will get variable output voltage. All other circuitry is same. Okay, so this is what about voltage regulator. So what we have discussed in this chapter, what we have discussed that how is the block diagram of DC regulated power supply. There are 4 blocks: transformer, which step down the output voltage, then rectifier, which converts AC to pulsating DC. There are 3 types of rectifiers: half wave, full wave, and bridge rectifier. Then we want pure DC, we don't want pulsating DC. Okay, so we have used the filter circuit. The next block, there are 4 types of filters: capacitor filter, inductor filter, and LC filter and pi filter. 4 types. There are 3 types of rectifiers: half wave, full wave, and bridge rectifiers. Bridge rectifier having highest efficiency, low cost. 4 diodes are used. Okay, as far as filters are concerned, triple filtration is there in case of pi filter, therefore it is better for use, so which will generate the pure DC output voltage. Now our requirement is constant DC, so we have used the final circuit, that's a regulator circuit. If you want to get the fixed DC output voltage, then we can go for Zener diode based regulator circuit, or you can go for a fixed positive and negative voltage regulators. If it is 7/8 series, that will be positive voltage regulator. If it is 7/9 series, that will be negative fixed voltage regulator series. And if you want to get a variable DC positive DC output voltage, you have to go for LM317 based variable output voltage regulator. Okay, so this is what about voltage conversion, and that is all from this video. Thank you for watching.